Hey everyone, so it looks like that the Chinese Communist Party's official coronavirus death toll is a little over 3,000 dead, but there's new compelling evidence emerging today that the death toll is actually much higher. In fact, it could be as high as well over 40,000 dead, according to some media reports. Now, the US media is also reporting that the intelligence community has been warning the Trump administration that China has grossly understated its coronavirus infection numbers. Intel officers believe that Communist Party bureaucrats in Beijing have been lying about the actual infection rates, with some of those Communist Party bureaucrats worried that they'd actually be punished if they told the truth about the real numbers. Communist Party censors in Beijing have also been busy scrubbing images circulating on Chinese social media that show relatives of the deceased lining up at funeral homes to collect the ashes of their loved ones that were killed by the coronavirus. And while a worldwide pandemic might seem to be the perfect time for nations to put aside their enmity, China has been aggressively active in the information operations realm. Chinese diplomats have spread disinformation, including false reports that the virus originated in a US Army lab. President Trump has pushed back hard in response and has referred to the virus as, quote, the Chinese virus. And when the spokesperson of China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs repeated Beijing's claim that the US Army, quote, brought the epidemic to Wuhan, the State Department was quick to refute the allegations. Now, Chinese doctors like Dr. Li Wenliang were heroes, but they were silenced and imprisoned when they tried to raise the alarm bells about the virus at an early stage. Dr. Li would eventually die of the disease that he was desperately trying to warn his people about. But Chinese censors were more worried about the news of the deadly, mysterious new disease getting out. The World Health Organization and the world in general were given an incomplete picture by China. Many questioned whether Beijing was prioritizing damage control over saving lives, including the lives of its own people. The pandemic is also having some serious global security implications. Analysts are closely watching Beijing's military moves in the hotly contested South China Sea. US Navy carrier strike group in the Asia-Pacific region has been hit hard by the corona outbreak, which could be seen as a window of opportunity by Chinese military planners as they continue to conduct large-scale military exercises in this contested region that China wants to dominate. Now that South China Sea holds an estimated 190 trillion cubic feet of natural gas and 11 billion barrels of oil in proved and probable reserves. And back on the US home front, at least 430,000 people have arrived in the US on direct flights from China since the Chinese outbreak. So a big question remains on whether China will leverage the global economic fallout and general chaos resulting from the pandemic to quietly expand its power around the world. As the rest of the world is busy trying to find ways to contain the corona pandemic, China is still imprisoning over 1 million Muslim Uighurs in a string of concentration camps throughout China. And new reports are emerging that China is using Uyghurs in forced labor camps and factories to help make products that China exports to the rest of the globe. Beijing, of course, denies the existence of these concentration camps, just as it tried to once deny what was really happening with this virus that now has much of humanity on lockdown.